What's going on, Pokemon Go trainers? Welcome to episode 204. 204, Adam.
204?
Yes, of Lured Up, the podcast where we take Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves. Lured Up is part of the Pokemon Professor Network. Today is Tuesday, January 4th, 2022. I'm your host, Ken Pescator. That's Adam Tuttle. Adam, happy frickin' New Year.
It's a new year, new you, new me, new show. Let's go.
I mean, it's kind of the same old me.
Yeah, you're right. It is the same old you, isn't it?
Do you have resolutions? Are you a believer in that? Did you do that?
I have resolve.
What is your resolve? What are you resolving to do? Or not to do?
I don't even know. Not catch as many delibirds.
No, but I just wanted to say what's up to everyone. Thank you for an amazing 2021 and patience. Yeah, Adam and I took the last week and a half off, so we've been chilling, recharging our batteries, and strategizing on the future. We got a lot of good news to talk about that we can kind of work through the episode. But there is a shit ton of news, as per usual. We are going to recap the last week of gameplay. We had the Pokemon Go New Year's event 2021, 22, whatever it was. And we had non-Shiny Slugma Spotlight Hour today. That was exciting. Said no one, ever. A new developer diary was released over the break. Kind of fell flat with many trainers. We'll work our way through that. Community Day Classic has been announced. A new spin-off to Community Day. It features Bulbasaur. That's going to be happening in January. The Mountains of Power. That's our next January event. We have all the details. We'll talk about it. And finally, we're going to do a battle party for Mega Aerodactyl, Adam. We're going to bring it back to... Yeah, whoop, whoop.
Did you say
We're gonna bring it back to the roots.
Aerodactyl?
Mega Aerodactyl. If you thought Aerodactyl was ugly, just wait till you see Mega Aerodactyl. Yo, the design on that thing is horrendous. Anyway, let's talk about New Year's. What time is it? It's 9:18 p.m. here on the East Coast, so it wrapped up an hour and 18 minutes ago. I think the event was pretty well received, from the community. We had double hatch distance, double hatch candy, double hatch stardust, timed research, a bunch of costume Pokemon. Adam, I know it's your favorite.
Ooh.
They were in the wild in raids and eggs. We had the addition of 2022 Glasses Slowking, which couldn't be shiny. What the hell? We also had New Year's hat.
No. Next year. That they were prepping us for next year.
It was bullshit.
Because we're gonna get the 2020 Slowpoke again. We're gonna get the 2020 or 2021 Slowking.
Slow Bro. The 2022 Slowking. 2023.
Yes, that's
Galarian. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll get the 20.
I don't know.
Oh God, no! Please.
No, but we had New Year's hat Hoot Hoot, who was a very distinguished gentleman and potentially one of the best
distinguished gentlemen.
One of the best shiny costume Pokemon ever released in Pokemon Go. So good. It's a little golden boy. I love it so much. It's really, really good. Oh, and if any of us were lucky over the event, we caught some Fearow. So I don't know if you got lucky, but I did in fact get lucky a few times.
Listen, this podcast needs to be named like, we are the luckiest podcast hosts.
All the Fearow.
All the Fearow. I saw so many. I was so lucky. I was like, I saw one. I had to pull over. I was like, there's one wild. I got to go get it. And I reversed. U-turned.
All right, Fearow. All right, stick. Yeah. Look, I think most people were going after Party Hat Gengar, Raticate, even the Nidorino. Those were like the return of those hat Pokemon that were raid specific. So those were really popular. Kyurem is pretty much overstayed its welcome, in my opinion. It's actually going to be here for another couple days till the 7th, so probably by the time you hear this, it'll be wrapping up. That's when Heatran takes over. Yay!
Woo!
Mega Abomasnow is also going to be coming back to Mega Raids. That's going to be on the until the 7th as well, when Mega Aerodactyl will be arriving, and we're going to talk about Mega Aerodactyl with a battle party later. Like I mentioned briefly, today was Slugma Spotlight Hour with double transfer candy. So the only Spotlight of the month that couldn't be shiny. Typically, people look at these events as either a grind session or a shiny hunt. So when you really can do neither, I don't know.
It's a feels bad moment.
I don't necessarily think it feels bad. It just doesn't feel great. There's just nothing too big about it. I mean, I literally used this time to transfer my Pokemon. I got rid of close to 1,100 out of storage. I did a bunch of legendaries, like all the Kyurem and Reshiram and Zekrom, like all those I cleared out. I even had some like Cresselia, still backed up in there. So
really,
well, I haven't. I typically don't do legendary transfers until a double candy day. So I was kind of waiting for this. Got rid of them. Now my box is mean and lean, and which is really good. How was your luck throughout the event? And now, now that it's over, are you still seeing Delibird? Because I know after the Christmas event through New Year's that non-bow Delibird was around, but now that New Year's is over, is Delibird gone, or is this a season?
I haven't seen one.
On our Zoom call yesterday, someone was like, "No, it's a season spawn." But I was like, "How do we know?"
Yeah, because I saw one yesterday.
Well, it did come early. I don't know.
Hope it's here to stay.
It might be here to stay, at least for now, but because remember when they announced Delibird with the bow for the event, but then prior to that we got regular Delibird for a couple days, so maybe it is a seasonal thing. That would be great for you. Does that mean I can transfer my Delibird? Because like, dude, I've been sitting on so many to do like a mass trade with you next time I see you.
Okay,
I have I have so many.
Just for our purposes, just any that are like 800 or 900. Keep all those or higher, just because like I would rather trade and get like a hundo that's already powered
leveled up.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's good because I'll be able to freaking clear out a bunch. But how'd you do during the event? Any shinies?
I got one shiny Delibird, which the community got me because it was on my recently caught, and I did it at right before, right when I picked up my son. Like I was in the middle of the raid. And I got it at the end, and it was like, whoa, I got a shiny. And then I turned the game off and totally spaced. Like, it was later that night that I looked on Twitter, and somebody's like, hey, I see what you caught recently.
Oh, it was your most...
Oh, God, they got me. They got me.
You were outed.
Yeah, no, so I appreciate the call-out. I should have instantly made that aware to everybody. So I did get the shiny bow. I did not get the 100%. And I traded a lot, to say the least. And I got so many luckies, so many 98%s. And I can't obviously can't bring myself to delete any of the lucky ones.
You got Goku bads.
Oh, I got tons of Goku bads.
I ended up one night plussing a Wurmple, Party Hat Wurmple. And then later that night, hand catching one in the wild, a Party Hat Wurmple. So I ended up with two of those, which is pretty great.
Oh, I didn't get
other shinies. Didn't get the Hoot.
Any New Year's shinies at all.
Yo, what's up with the fucking 2022 Slow King not being shiny? Like, honestly, like
I didn't even do it. It's still a silhouette.
No.
Yeah.
So you didn't? Isn't that part of the research? Wasn't that through the research? You didn't finish that shit?
I don't think.
I don't know. Oh, well, dude, you better do that. Gotta get rid of that silhouette. But have you been raiding outside of Delibird, or is it just like all Delibird all the time?
I exclusively was doing Delibird. I mean, if I did another raid, it's because it was at the gym at my work, because it's a free pass. So I didn't consider that a waste. I did.
Would you still do it if it was a mega?
No. Well, that's the thing. Like, I only have myself, and it's like, yeah, I can post on the Discord.
What do you mean you only have yourself? What?
Listen, on my breaks, I am eating. I want to eat and enjoy them. And so, like, I catch a couple Pokemon, I put my phone down, I start eating, and then it's like, oh, okay, I go back. But it's like, okay, there's a Mega Abomasnow.
You don't have to poop through the day? You can't take a poop and schedule your poop and rating at the same time?
No.
That's the perfect time.
I know it is. Because I know that Mega Abomasnow is still a silhouette. I know for a fact.
I really was going for the Steelix. Like, I don't have a hundo of that. I did a great a trade. Did I talk about this in the last episode? I don't know. A trade with Gary from New Jersey Go Battle League. We were I was driving by his exit on the parkway. I call him up. We were lucky friends. I call him up and I'm like, yo, I'm going to be driving by your exit in like 5 minutes. You want to do a trade? Because it was the 40-kilometer.
Oh, wow.
While I was going, down the highway, I was able to do a trade, did not get a hundo. But we went Shiny Steelix for Shiny Steelix.
Oh, so that's nice. That is nice.
Yeah, that was a good shiny trade for Luckies. I know we make jokes all the time, and it's clear that it's not your thing, but like there was a lot of costume Pokemon in this event. There was a lot of costume Pokemon in the last event. Do we need a break from this? Like,
yes, 110%. It is mind-boggling why they are still doing this. I get it. I understand why they're still doing this, but it is so freaking annoying. Like, it really is. Like, to the fact where, I have the task, like, oh, power up some Pokemon, and I get a normal Charmander. But then it's like, if I have a different one...
Oh, you mean from the encounters?
Yeah. And then it's like, then I have another one that's like, oh, power up Pokemon 5 times versus 3 times. And then it's a party hat one. And it's like, are you serious? Like,
so, well, because
get rid of
sometimes...
the other task and
but that's the thing. Sometimes there are event tasks. So
that's what kills me. That's what kills me. Like,
that's what kills you
if
about it?
If you're going to give me hat Pokemon...
That's like the littlest thing.
No, it's so serious, though. The same thing for, like, Delibird. Here I am, like, opening gifts and, like, getting the bow Delibird, and then all of a sudden, like, I get the regular one, and I'm like, if that was shiny and that took away from my bow Delibird potential, I would have been very upset.
No, I'm a fan. I've said it on the show. I'm a fan of the
you're a fan?
Shiny Chase.
You're a fan of the show? The
costume Shiny Chase, right? But it starts to get devalued when the costumes are just so abundant. And I don't know. I have this weird, like, I don't know, this trigger point where when I'm transferring Pokemon and I'm transferring all these costume Pokemon, I like feel bad about transferring them. And I'm like, oh shit, is there something in here I shouldn't be transferring? Because it's like, you've got 400 costume Pokemon. Are you sure you want to transfer it? And it's like, yeah, but I always feel like there's some, I don't know, I just don't like that feeling.
Like you should be trading them to try to get, like, somebody else wants it for lucky or something.
I just feel like I'm there's something I should have, like, favorited or something like that. Like, it makes me think I shouldn't be doing it. That just feels annoying. But I don't know. When I just transferred away those 1,100 freaking Pokemon, there was, like, I don't know, 400 or 500 costume Pokemon in there. It was like, it's just starting to be a little bit too much. And then when every Pokemon you're catching is a costume shiny chase, it takes away from, like, the feeling of, like, oh shit, I got the new shiny. Like, seeing a gold Hoot, right? Like a shiny
that
costume
would be epic.
Right.
Even the costume one, because it was so cool looking. It was so
a very
different.
Distinguished
it was
gentleman.
Off the beaten path. You threw a Wobbuffet at me? No, I'm not doing that raid. You threw a Nidorino? I'm not doing that raid. You threw a Gengar? Definitely not doing that raid.
Really?
You throw a Raticate? I'm not going to do that raid.
I'm put it out there. Any raid you send me, if I'm available, I'm doing it. I don't care. I'm
putting it out there. I'm not made of money.
Don't send out a mega raids.
Only send me Delibird or whatever, like the exclusive shiny.
Seriously, I'll do every mega raid. Like, I'm about that mega life, dude. I have a mega Pokemon on all the time. Definitely.
I just looked, and I thought because the Mega Abomasnow Candy XL. Or not XL, but whatever the
Mega Energy?
Mega Energy. That's what it's called. We do a podcast about Pokemon Go, people. The Mega Energy, that stuff apparently is rare. But then they started throwing these tasks out where you could just take a couple pictures, and all of a sudden you got 20 Mega Energy. And here I am. I'm like, let me stack those. Let me get that. And so I started stacking it up. I have 255 Mega Energy. I want to say a good 80 to 90% of that is just from those tasks.
Dude, that's
so
good.
I appreciate what they did. I appreciate that so much. I don't appreciate, catch 10 water Pokemon, and they're only ice.
Oh, those are fucking annoying. I didn't realize it because I've been doing a lot of Go Plussing because I've been driving so much that, like, I had two, like, catch 10 grass Pokemon, like, clogging up my task for so long. And I'm like, no wonder it doesn't seem like I'm completing research. It's like, I've been trying to catch grass Pokemon for 3 days.
He gets mad at me for my grind, and He can't even get his task cleaned up. That's, I think, the one thing that I do the most is clean that up. If I don't see a Pokemon that's like, oh, catch like 3 fighting or like 3 fire and it unlocks something. If I don't see something like any results within like 15 minutes, it's gone.
I'll tell you what, the Season of Heritage like timed research that we have right now for getting like the Johto Tour ticket and all that, that's really good stuff. Like I like those. It's like XP based. That's fun because it's like no matter what you catch goes towards it. No, that's good shit. But
can I also make a comment?
Oh, you can make as many as you want. It's your fucking show.
Well, it's yours too. So we appreciate you all for listening, especially if you made it this far.
What are you talking about? We're 15 minutes in.
That's the whole point. We're just going nuts. Pistachios. So
what?
No, because it's nuts. I'm dad joking
God.
it. All right. So, anyways, what is up, Niantic? Seriously, get rid of like the whole time that I could have Delibird and I could get a Glacial Lure. Oh, heck no. They're like, no, if you want a Glacial Lure, you're going to have to pay the $700 premium price because we threw in the other ones.
No,
now
you
listen,
did send me that. You did send
I
me
know, that. I know that you could get a task for hatching 5 eggs. But be mindful, if you're hatching eggs, I understand that they give you an incubator every day, but I can't control what eggs come out of a stop. So sometimes I have all 5s, so and it's like that's going to take a long time. And again, with me being so consistent with getting rid of my tasks, I had to get rid of several of those because it was like, I'm not going to hatch an egg for the next probably 17 hours.
Yeah.
Especially on a day off. Because I'm not going out and like walking.
I think you put it in the Discord. No, you put it on Twitter.
I put it on Twitter.
Yeah.
And someone had mentioned
I agree with you.
I can get the Glacial Lure through that. But that was so terrible. It was a stab at me personally, and I take it personally.
They're like, yo, fuck Adam and his Delibirds.
No, seriously, because I could have sat on a multiple stop area and lured it up, aka that's what our show's called. I couldn't lure up to get my Delibird. I had to just use normal lures and pray to the Arceus that I get a Delibird.
You know what? And the other shitty thing is like I don't mind paying for convenience, right? Like I pay for.
I don't either.
But if you want,
when you take that option away.
But listen. If you want to sit at a triple stop and put 3 Glacial Lures down, essentially they're saying, well, now you got to spend $2,100 because you got to buy this fucking package 3 times over if you want the benefit of the.
Yeah, but some people can. You got to remember, some people only have to pay $450.
I know, but they still have to pay 3 times over. Right. They said that they're going to be coming back to the shop by Community Day.
They should
have
come back to the shop during the holiday event. Y'all might have noticed that I slacked on social with everything, so I'll be doing a live thing on Instagram or something to open up the rest of that the Advent calendar because I was just.
It's a little late for that, bro.
No, I understand. But there's still toys to be opened.
Oh,
anyways,
shit.
Part of it is like a silent upset that I couldn't get Glacial Lures, but and then the other half was a little bit of laziness. Yeah.
No, but that again, we had talked about that when we talked about the Poke the Bear for the lure box. We were like, yeah, and people that normally wouldn't. Like, I would never buy these standalone lures, but for you, this is the perfect example. Yeah, this is a fringe case.
I was ready.
Those fucking that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
I couldn't be ready.
Yep.
They didn't let me.
Damn.
It was just as bad as being like, oh, we're gonna bring back just Delibird and not the regular one. And then we didn't get Shadow Delibird. Let me tell you, I know that you're upset.
I was pissed about that. Yep, and I did so many
Ice-type Pokemon.
Yeah, we had the increased water and ice type from Team Rocket. I'm like, oh shit, is that their passive way of saying Delibird? I'm like,
get rid of these Mudkips. Give me Delibird, please.
All right, well, let's move on.
All right. Enough.
I want to talk about this dev diary, and this is on schedule. They said that they were going to do it every other month, so they did the first one in October. This one's all about the Season of Heritage, and I can tell you one thing. They set the bar really high in October with the Community Day video. right out of the gate, you're going to notice that this dev diary is not a video, which a bunch of trainers, myself included, were a little bummed about, I got to be honest, because that video was so freaking awesome in October. And I almost felt let down, like, reading through the article, even though, like, I know I shouldn't be let down, and even though I knew the content that was in there was good, like, I was just like, this just isn't a video. Like, I'm so fucking lazy. Like, I was just like, why can't they just give me a super highly produced and edited video? Like, that's just what I
don't
wanted.
care if it's just all the words. Just show me a slideshow.
I just think that the video was so good for Community Day that was like, oh shit, this is going to be what the dev diaries are like. This is fucking awesome. But yeah, this one was just an article, but it was a really good article. And what they did was they kind of focused on different members of the Pigo team, and they get the different perspectives on different parts of the Season of Heritage. So this is good stuff. It's relevant. Not necessarily like hard hitting. Like some of the criticism of the Community Day one was, yeah, this information is great, but this isn't necessarily like hard hitting questions that the community really has. You're just telling us, like, answering questions that no one is asking, kind of thing. This is the feedback I've seen on this dev diary is very similar. Like, you know, no one's really asking about the game's loading screen, but thanks for the info on it, you know, that kind of thing. And not for nothing, I thought that part was fascinating, but many did not. But they first talked to Dan Thomas. He's one of the game designers. I know Dan, really good dude. And he says, kind of like talks about how the season format is structured and how Niantic is building off of that, you know, kind of format. He passively mentions the season-long special research from Season of Mischief, and like without saying like, you know, maybe it wasn't the best, he was just like, we did learn a lot during that experience. And you know, they're gonna, you know, they learned a lot along the way, I think is what he said. And that, you know, they're gonna be doing things differently going forward. And essentially each season is kind of like this learning experience, which is pretty cool. Then they talked to James Marino. James Marino's from the design team. He says that this is the first season that had like the logo, you know, like when you're in the Today view and you scroll over and it actually like changes the color palette and says Season of Heritage. I fucking love that. It's a very subtle touch.
It feels like Pokemon Go is in Diamond and Pearl territory.
Yeah, baby.
Like
yeah,
it feels
it's immersive.
Like a game, like a actual proper game. If that makes sense. I know it's wild.
No, it totally
feels
does.
So good. It feels so good.
It makes, like, again, little things like this, they help with the immersion. Like, you feel immersed because you feel like the environment in the game has changed. And he discusses in the diary like how he brought like this kind of like historic aesthetic to the design with like flat colors and like this paper effect and all that stuff. So it's cool. Like, it nerds out about it. He also acknowledges like leaving clues in the artwork, like the little Easter eggs and shit like that. So that's pretty neat. Next, they talk about the narrative and how the story is created for the Season of Heritage, and they tap Lynn from the narrative team, Eric from product marketing, shout out to Eric, Errol from the social media team, and the art director, Eric. And they discuss kind of how they weave like different forms of media and gameplay to create their narrative structure, right? Which is pretty cool. And finally, they turn to Michael Staranka, who was the director of global product marketing in the last dev diary, right? Now he's taken on a new role at Niantic. He's the live game director for Pigo. And he discusses how, like, this is what I was saying, each season is meant to feel like a shift in gameplay, and that, like, each season they reevaluate their bonuses and their processes. And they even call out, like, stationary incense effectiveness and remote raid damage. Like, they're calling out some stuff. And how each season is essentially like an opportunity for Niantic to evaluate and tune up the game. And that they're going to continue to push towards like social outdoor play. Like, it's cool how they kind of blend like all these technical and narrative things into, well, what does this mean for actual execution of gameplay? And he's like, look, shit is still coming in the pipeline. There will be changes, and we are trying to get people outside. So that's pretty much how it wraps up. But let's start at the top. Adam, were you bummed that this wasn't a video?
I was very bummed.
Really?
Me too, man. I like having videos. Then I can see things. That
video was just so well produced that it was just so good. It was so good. Now, they call out the stationary incense effectiveness. They call out remote raid damage. That's pretty much saying, like, these are the next two things on the chopping block, right? Like, that's the setup, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, you know, it is January 4th, 9:41 p.m. Eastern. Don't say no one told you when these fucking, you know, these two bonuses go away really soon. Because this is their precursor. This is their warning. That shit is definitely going away. Kecleon confirmed. Also, does this season seem more meaningful than the Season of Mischief? And are you able to follow this season's storyline better than last season?
Yes, 110%.
Yeah, me too. I think that they've done a way better job of telling the story over time, where we're not like forgetting about it week over week like we did with Mischief. This, I think of the picture of the professor at that giant, you know, wall, you know, looking at the doorway and all that stuff, like how the team leaders are working with Professor Willow to like break into this cave or whatever the fuck is going on. Like, I just think that all of that is really good, and they've done a good job of telling that story. So kudos to them. Big improvement over Season of Mischief for sure. And let's go. I guess it would be then now February. February we'll get the next Dev Diary. Do they need to return to video? I think they need to, right? Like, yeah. I think they're gonna hear feedback. And
even if they made it consistent and went with video this time and then no video the next time, at least we have something. Yeah, at least we could expect it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's the downside of this fucking game. Like, people expecting shit. You know, I expected a video. Should I have? Probably not, but I did. I don't know. But I would like to see them get a topic or poll the community for topics they would like covered in the next video. Give us some choices. So that way the community kind of has the ability to say, like, well, this is important for us to understand, and this is what we'd like you to clarify. Like,
Yep. Yeah.
I just think that would be a much better use of the Dev Diary format than just telling us about the backstory of the game. It's all interesting. I love nerding out about this shit. I just wish it was more focused on helping us have transparency and an understanding of how Niantic ticks, and not so much just the behind the scenes of their process. I don't know. It's definitely a tough one, but I don't know. I think this is all good. I just I want video. Sorry.
It's easier to consume. Meanwhile, on the audio podcast.
Exactly.
I'd even take a podcast, even if they just talked about it. Even if it was this exact thing, just in like speech.
When we come back from break, we'll talk about what changes we're making to our podcast. So I am excited to talk about that shit. But let's move on. We have Community Day Classic. What?
You did talk about the loading screen. You know, we've got a new one, right?
Oh yeah, the New Year's. Where's Kecleon?
Have you seen anything in this one? Like, I feel like in the fireworks on the right, like there's something, but I don't know what it is.
I never find Kecleon in these fucking things, even when you're like, look, dude, it's right here, and you send me screenshots with like shit circled, and I'm like, nah, bro, I don't see it.
Oh, here, I'll screenshot this part and show you.
I'm not gonna see it.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You don't need to see it.
So there was some shit found in the APK mines, which we're not going to talk about right now, but there was some Kecleon shit found, and there also was some Pokemon Sleep stuff found in the APK.
Code?
Yeah, dude. I don't even want to dig into it because I don't even want to get myself hyped. I'm so fucking tired. I need sleep. I need Pokemon Sleep so I can sleep.
I need to gamify the process.
That's what I'm saying. All right, let's move on. Community Day Classic, new event, kind of came out of left field. It's like a Community Day spinoff. It's been announced for Saturday, January 22nd. It's going to be Community Day Classic Back to Bulbasaur. It's essentially a 3-hour Community Day, like they used to be. It has triple catch XP, 3-hour lures, 3-hour incense, event bundles, $1 special optional research, all that stuff. It's a full-blown Community Day over in a 3-hour package that's in addition to the standard Community Day. So Spheal Community Day is still on the 16th. This is just the following week. It's just like a bonus event. Now, Adam, do you think this will be a monthly event, and do you think this is a good idea?
I hope it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like we're getting Bulbasaur.
Is this fan service for the battlers? Is this fan service for new players?
So I feel like this is a, you know how we just discussed this, how they're always trying to like test things. I think this feels more like a test to see if going back to the 3-hour community day makes more of an impact than the 6-hour one or the 5-hour one.
It's 6 hours. This is what I think. I think that they see value in recycling Community Day Pokemon, right? Eevee was the most popular of 21. They know that they could have successful events with repeat Community Day Pokemon. However, there's backlash from the core community. The core community isn't necessarily who they're targeting when they do these repeat events. Who they're targeting is potentially battlers, raiders, and new people to the game, right? What if they just rebrand it as Community Day Classic? It allows them to have another monthly event on the calendar every month where they can repeat a Community Day Pokemon that's older. They can pretty much negate the conversation and the negativity of, oh, why are you giving us a fucking repeat Pokemon? Because these Community Day Classics are only repeat Pokemon, so it's not like they're deviating from a plan.
Right.
And it's a 3-hour event. It's in addition to regular Community Day. It's like the anti-FOMO event. You know what I mean? Like, if people want to bitch that why are they giving us this, like, this would probably be the easiest one for them to skip. However, I think it does play to the strengths of all the battlers and raiders are going to want Frenzy Plant on their Venusaur, and all the new trainers that didn't play for Bulbasaur Community Day, they may still be going after the shiny. They may still be going after Frenzy Plant Venusaur, you know? So,
can they put the party hat on it?
No. No, I think that this is a great idea. I think that this is really good. I think it can't hurt anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a positive. I mean, you literally can't get mad about it.
But do you think that they're just trying to rebrand it?
I mean, you can if you spend $1 and you don't feel like it was worth it, but...
Like, are they doing this to address people getting upset about repeat Pokemon? And, like, now that they have, like, an out, like a clause that they can get away with?
I think so. I think they're testing it. I think that this is a big old test. A T to the est.
It's like we live in
be
Portal.
The very best.
It's all for science.
Yeah.
It's all for science. No, I think
now.
This is good. I think this is good. I think as long as it's not taking away from any other event, and people could talk shit and be like, "Oh, they're giving us bullshit events." It's like, yeah, motherfucker, don't do it then. Like, it's as simple as that. Like, you really don't
just
have
look
to do
at it as a spotlight hour for Bulbasaur.
There
it
you
just
go.
lasts a little bit longer.
There you go. There you go.
And you can pay $1 to, do some research stuff with it.
Dude, yeah, for sure. But I think it's a good idea. All right, before we take a break, we'll talk about this next event, which is pretty fucking cool. Mountains of Power. They teased this in the January blog, and it's our next January event, so this is after the New Year's event. Starts this Friday, January 7th at 10 a.m. It goes to Thursday, January 13th at 8 p.m. This is the continuation of the Season of Heritage storyline, right? So Spark's intuition leads him to believe that the mysterious door's second mechanism, remember, we're trying to essentially pick this lock. The second mechanism here requires the help of rock and steel type Pokemon. So now we're shifting to those types, right? Now, this is kind of, I guess they're trying to mimic like Johto and Sinnoh, like they're the mountainous terrain in those areas. There will be timed research. Also earning Buddy Candy will be part of it some way, somehow. But Pokemon encounters like will be Mawile, Beldum. Oh, Shiny Slugma is making its debut, which is really cool.
That's exciting.
Mm-hmm. Zubat, Machop, Geodude, Nosepass, Barboach, and if you're lucky, Onix and Ferroseed also. So an interesting mix here of kind of mountainous, rock, steel Pokemon. Raids will be shook up. Alolan Geodude, that's cool, coming back. Onix, Beldum, and Bronzor in Tier 1. Ursaring, Donphan, Metachan, and Absol in Tier 3. Then, like I said before, we have Heatran in Tier 5, and then we have Mega Aerodactyl. Field research will give you encounters with Alolan Geodude, Slugma, and Mawile. So Slugma, you'll be able to essentially get all over the place, which is good. Actually, is it in? Slugma is not in raids. So field research and in the wild.
That's good. That's good.
For
So it's not like a pay to get the shiny.
Yeah, I know you do a lot of your shiny hunting through tasks.
Yeah, task and catching.
But what's your hot take? Shiny Slugma, this is good. New shiny, right? Shiny that's not a costume.
I am actually pumped for this event. I'm very excited that Alolan Geodude is going to be big
too.
Because I would really like to get that bright orange shiny. I still don't have it. Shiny
Pokemon that have, a 3 Pokemon family, it's always good with shinies. I like that. Feels community day-ish, just to fill out the line. Feels good. Mega Aerodactyl is rock flying, so Mega Aerodactyl will ultimately be our first rock-type Mega. This is going to add support for, Tyranitar, Rhyperior. That it's going to be great. I think that there's a lot of good reasons to go after Mega Aerodactyl.
Listen, I'm just going to go after it for the Candy XL.
Okay, I was going to say, is it enough to make you do Mega Raids? Or,
yes,
if it was...
Yes. I have the 100%, which Abomasnow should make me...
If it was regular Aerodactyl, would you do it just as much? Or, are you actually going to try to do the Mega... So I think
I would try to see it in the wild. It was really cool to see Aerodactyl in the wild, but it was impossible to catch.
Yeah, that fucked up catch thing where it would fly up to the screen, the hitbox was all fucked up. You're go in there.
I didn't notice it.
The Niantic support response was stand on your head, turn your phone upside down, hop on one foot. You should be able to catch it.
Well, see, I didn't notice it on my smaller screened iPhone 8, but on the A42, the Galaxy, I literally couldn't hit it. I straight tossed it as fast as I could, as straight up, and it never hit. I was this is not right. Someone call someone.
But all right, well that was a lot of information. I do think this event is going to be good. It has Spark in it, so you're probably happy, right?
I am very glue sniffing happy.
Are you going to dab when you complete?
If this was the yeah. If this was a different podcast, I could dab and you could see me.
All right, well, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we will run through our housekeeping. We'll talk about some news at the channel. We've got a text message that was sent in, and then we'll do a little raid guide and battle party whoop whoop for Mega Aerodactyl. What do you think?
Let's do it.
All right, we'll be back right after this. And we're back.
And me are
We're back.
Did you hear it? We're back.
We're back, everyone. Thank you so much for that. Little housekeeping to get through before the ass of the show.
That's the booty.
This podcast is powered by Patreon. Please check ours out over at patreon.com/Pokemon Professor, where you can support this show for as little as $1 a month. And that $1 will get you access to our Patron exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. And all patrons are eligible to participate in our monthly Pigo and TCGO prize tournaments. Registration's in the Discord. We hope to see you there. Shout out to Camo McG for taking home our Glacial Cup winner in December. A huge thank you to our gym leaders, Absolutely Ryan, Dig Dug Rob, Grant Jamal, JD Mojo, Jojo, Magikarp, DM Tish, TN Comics Wiz, and Big Zom Minus. Special thanks to our executive producer, Paul Bott. And if Patreon isn't your thing, there's still a couple other ways you can help us out. If you're listening on YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and if you're listening to a podcast service like Apple Podcasts, you could take a moment to leave us a review. Also, shout to Manscaped. We don't have an ad read for this week. However, Manscaped has signed us on for another 3 months, so congratulations.
Thank you so much,
Adam.
Manscaped.
We can still promote the coupon code BALLCHECK. So if you use the code BALLCHECK, BALLCHECK, at checkout on manscaped.com, you get 20% off and free shipping. So the return of that coming next episode. But all right, Adam, I do have a text that was sent over from C-Buy.
All right, read it.
I'm going to read it. This was over the holiday break, and it brings up a great point. It says, happy holidays. Just a quick thought. How successful do you think Niantic would be if they decided to blow up Pokemon Go and bring it back as Pokemon Go 2? Similar to how Bungie transitioned from Destiny to Destiny 2, do you think the fan base, how much of the fan base do you think they'll retain? If they did this, would they have to build on what they have or like fix all the issues, gyms, raids, PvP, communication, eggs, Team Rocket, etc.? If they like, how could they do it with transitioning like your Pokemon from one game to the next? You know, like if you only had to keep 6 Pokemon, who would you keep, right? Like if you had to transfer it over. This is what a lot of TCG players are kind of faced with in the next few months as the TCGO transitions to their new client, the TCG Live. You can only bring 4 copies of every card. So let's say you had a Charizard collection of 20 of the same Charizard. It's like, sorry, y'all, you got to leave 16 of those behind, which is rough.
That is very rough.
If you had to bring 6 Pokemon from your current inventory over to Pokemon Go 2, which 6 would you bring? I don't have my starter. I don't have my original starter. I'm so mad I don't have it. So mad about that. I wish I kept that. Really, really do.
What would I don't even know what I would keep.
I don't know, man. I would I have my level 50 or put it this way, it's a level 50 best buddy Magikarp that's like shitty IVs. Like it was one of my first buddies, so like I have that. I would probably bring that because I just love it. I've got a couple like Hundo legendaries that I might bring. My Kyogre I'm very attached to. I've got a Geodude that I'm very attached to. I don't know if I would go for something that I'm like emotionally connected to or like something that's a good performer. I'd probably bring half and half. Half Pokemon that I really love and half Pokemon that can kick some ass. That's probably how I would do it.
Yeah, it would probably be
6 Delibird.
My 100% Delibird, my 100% Sableye, and then 4 good Pokemon.
Yeah, 4 like performing Pokemon?
Yes, yep.
All right, well, getting back to his question now, do you think Pokemon Go will remain like a platform on its own, or will they ever release a sequel? I don't think they could ever release a sequel.
No.
They couldn't do anything that would require another download. They have to just continue building on Pokemon Go. I don't know.
They could literally make a Pokemon Go Snap and then be able to link your trainer account, and then any Pokemon that you've caught, you could take a picture of, and then, or something like that.
You mean like a spin-off game?
Yeah, kind of like a spin-off where it's all about like taking pictures.
I'm saying
it could have like goals for, you take a picture of a grass Pokemon in a grass scenery, and other trainers can judge your photos, or I don't know, something like that. It would be social. Obviously, but
I think what Seaby is alluding to is like the game is so fucked up mechanically, right? Like there's so many issues with PvP. There's issues with the way Niantic communicates. Like it could be like a clean cut, right? To Niantic to really start at ground zero. I don't think that would be a good idea. I don't know if the community could handle that. I think the community's heads would explode. I think they would be better off taking the game offline for like a full week, right, for like major maintenance, and then bringing it back all fresh and clean. I don't know. I don't think they could do a part 2. That would be weird. That'd be weird. All right, well let's get into this little battle party, Adam. I think you know what to do.
Battle party. Ooh, ooh, battle party. Ooh, ooh.
Yo, it's been a long time.
It's been a hot minute.
It's been a long time. Mega Aerodactyl is on its way here. It'll be here in a couple days. It's a rock flying type, 100% catch CP, 2353 and 2941 boosted in partly cloudy or windy weather. Now, interesting enough, its best moveset does not include a rock or flying move. Its best moveset is actually Bite Earth Power. So it's not like I don't know. It's just not what you would expect. It's weak to a bunch of shit. Rock, steel, water, electric, and ice. It resists a bunch of shit. It resists bug, fire, flying, ground, normal, and poison. So I'd imagine your best counters are typically going to be water, electric, because you could essentially boost them with megas. Now, also, Mega Aerodactyl has a good, Aerodactyl has a good attack stat, 292. It's solid. But with an average defense and a shitty-ass stamina, I don't think that this, it's not the greatest Pokemon in its own right as a performer. For this guide, we're going to look at Pokebattler, and we're essentially going to keep all the filters on. So we'll include Shadows, Megas, Legendaries. So, starting at the top, best counters. Shadow Metagross, Bullet Punch, Meteor Mash. If you do not have a Shadow Metagross, even if you have a shitty stat Beldum, bring it up to Metagross and power it up. It's worth it. Mega Blastoise in there with Water Gun, Hydro Cannon. Shadow Raikou with Thunder Shock, Wild Charge. Shadow Swampert. See, you wanted something to do with those Mudkips. Water Gun, Hydro Cannon.
Yeah, I just deleted them.
Regular Metagross, Bullet Punch, Meteor Mash. Mega Manectric is in there. Thunder Shock, Thunderbolt. Thunder Fang, Wild Charge. Shadow Zapdos with Thunder Shock, Thunderbolt. And Mega Aerodactyl is actually in there as a counter. Rock Throw, Rock Slide. If you take the Shadows and Megas out, you have Zekrom, Kyogre, Empoleon is in there. Therian Form Thundurus, Rhyperior, even Steel Spec Dialga is in the mix. So very, very diverse counter set here that you can get kind of creative with. So I'm gonna bring a pretty diverse squad. I'm gonna lead with Mega Blastoise. I think a lot of people have water Pokemon. I think you're going to see a lot of Kyogre just in people's recommended parties and stuff like that. So I'll bring the Mega Blastoise just to get that off. If anything else, I'd swap out my Mega Blastoise for one of the electric Megas. So like an Ampharos or something, just to boost the electric attacks of something like a Zekrom or the Thundurus, just to give that extra raid support. I'll do a Shadow Metagross, Kyogre, a regular Metagross, a Shadow Zapdos, and a Thundurus Therian Form. So pretty diverse squad. Mega Blastoise, Shadow Metagross, Kyogre, Metagross, Shadow Zapdos, and Thundurus Therian. Pretty diverse. I like it.
That is pretty diverse.
Usually it's like I'll bring 5 of the same shit or 6 of the same thing. Switch it up a little bit, have some diversity. Adam, let me guess, all 100% Pokemon.
All hundos.
Nice.
My hundo squad will be Shadow Scizor, Mega Beedrill, Yanmega, Venusaur, Gengar, and my 100% Aerodactyl.
It resists bug. I hope you have flying moves.
That's okay. Wait a minute.
Well, the Shadow Scizor, you could have steel moves. You could have. Can't you put like Iron Claw or some shit on Shadow Scizor?
Oh, here I am. My whole party was. I looked at resists, and I thought that was weak too.
Oh,
I thought it was weak to a bunch.
So Adam's only bringing this. Adam's squad is so strong. He's bringing shit that really does like non-effective damage, and he's like, I'm helping.
Okay.
Why isn't this fucking bug move doing anything? No, that's the party you're bringing. Didn't you just power something up too?
I did. I wasted a ton of Stardust.
He goes, do I really want to power up a Shadow Scizor? He goes, yes, I do. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Well, it's got steel moves. We're keeping it. But I do have 100% Metagross. I'll switch that out.
That shit is fucking hilarious, dude.
I'm sorry, everyone. I failed you.
It's so good. Oh, shit. But yeah, so there you go. There's our Raid Guide Battle Party. Whoop, whoop. So before we go, I just wanted to direct everyone over to PokemonProfessor.com, our website, where our latest blog post kind of details our 2022 plans. We're really excited about it, and I'll kind of run through it with everybody right now. We are going to be finally moving to video podcasts. We will be streaming live on Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube all at the same time. We'll be multi-streaming to all platforms. The schedule is up on the blog as well.
That means we'll be able to interact with the crowd.
Yeah. And essentially what we're going to do is be recording between Monday and Tuesday. We'll be recording our 3 podcasts. Gotta watch them all, Lured Up, in Special Conditions. Lured Up will be Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock, just like we're recording tonight. The audio podcasts will all still release on Friday. Now, there will be a difference between the audio podcast and the video podcast. The video podcast, because we're recording it live, if we have any embargoed information from Niantic, obviously we can't include that, right? So essentially that specific stuff will only live on the audio podcast because we have more control over the release date. So, like, put it this way, the Mountains of Power or whatever the fucking event is, like, that news doesn't drop till tomorrow morning, but Tuesday night we could record it because we're not releasing this podcast till Friday. So that's how we could play with the embargo dates. But when we record live, we can't do that. So the audio podcast will not only still provide like a higher fidelity audio experience, but will also include, potentially include some information and content that's not included in the live stream. So just note that. The Creator Series is going to be coming back. We're going to be expanding it across our different podcasts. So there will be a Lured Up Creator Series, and there could be a Special Conditions Creator Series. So look for 1 or 2 of those podcasts coming out a month. If we do a Lured Up Creator Series, obviously it'll be on the Lured Up feed. If we do a Special Conditions one, that bonus channel or bonus episode will be on the Special Conditions channel. So that's exciting. From a social content perspective, we're going to be back to daily Instagram content. We're going to be doing podcast trailers to allow for, like, you know, kind of what's going on with every episode. You can get a quick 60-second rundown. Those will be like Instagram Reels. And ultimately, blogs for every episode are going to publish each week on our website. The Special Conditions blog will also feature links to all the cards we talk about on that show on TCG Player, which is our partner. And you can look for Instagram live content featuring, like, I don't know, Pigo and TCG stuff. So we're definitely going to be doing more on Instagram. Our patron Zoom is still going to be on Monday nights. That's been absolutely awesome. We're getting a larger international crowd joining. A lot of new people from Australia and stuff. So it's been really cool to kind of learn about how everyone plays and the different weather settings that everybody's in. It's like so cool to be international like that. But that happens on Monday nights for patrons. And our patron monthly tournaments are still going to go. We just did a $50 Glacial Tour or Glacial Cup tournament for Sylph in December. Like, it's been a lot of fun to be able to give back to the community, and we love our patrons. So definitely check us out over on Patreon if you want to get involved in that stuff. And then finally, we'll tease a little something. We have a new podcast coming to the network. No official details on it yet, but we can tease that something will be coming. It is powered by members of our community. We're really excited to launch it.
And it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be really awesome. It's going to be covering content that will be relevant, but it's something that no one is really covering in podcast form. So we're excited to kind of break ground in that regard. It's going to be really, really cool. But Adam, another year in the books.
Another year.
We've been doing this like 5 years, my dude. It's been a long time.
It's been a while.
It's been a while
since I've been podcasting.
But Adam, no, I'm seriously excited for this year. I think that we got a lot of cool shit on the horizon, and I'm really excited. So thank you to everyone for an amazing 2021, and good shit is a coming this year. We really appreciate all your continued support.
And if you have any ideas, join the Discord. We have a section for, like, ideas that you want to hear. We definitely want to hear your feedback. Even if you just reach out on Twitter, just let us know. We'll try to change things up. We'll try to
hell yeah,
do whatever we can to make everyone happy.
Yes, indeed, indeed. Thank you so much. But Adam, is that a show?
That is a SHOW. That's
all right, everyone. Definitely check out PokemonProfessor.com. Check out that blog. Check out LuredUp.com. You can email us, info@LuredUp.com. You can leave us a text or a voicemail, just like Seaby did, 732-835-8639. And, if that's, Adam, if that's it, I think that's it.
That's it. Actually, you know what? I'm still so upset about those Glacial Wars.
Oh my god.
Like, gosh dang it. I couldn't use
Gosh
one.
dang it.
Gosh dang it. I had one before the event, and I could only use one Glacial Lore.
Keep training, trainers. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week.